World War I greatly helped women gain their rights and freedoms since men were not in the country and there was almost a ratio of 2 women for every single man. Women could capitalize on opportunities to prepare their protest. Their unique and vital contributions in the war also helped them gain sympathies from many politicians, such as Mackenzie King, who helped the famous Five appeal to the Supreme Court of Canada, at the time the highest court of appeal for Canada. The hardships encountered by women during the First World War did pay off as they acquired many new freedoms and improved rights. After the First World War, men returned and women had to give back men their jobs, but they weren't planning on giving up their jobs that easily. Many women began to go on strike and the government granted jobs for single women. In 1916, Manitoba was the first province within Canada to grant women the right to vote. Not so long ago, life for women in Canada was a struggle. They weren't allowed to vote, and if they spoke out and voiced their opinion, they could be sent to jail. It was a time when women had more fear and less freedom, more rules and fewer rights. But 5 Albertan women came and changed it all. It happened all over a cup of tea. Almost 100 years ago, Emily Murphy, Ernie Parbury, Nellie McClung, Louise McKenney, and Henrietta Moore Edwards were fed up with the way things worked. Emily Murphy was the first female magistrate in Canada and wanted to be appointed to the Senate. But since she was a woman, she wasn't eligible. The law of the time said that it was a position for person, a word which somehow did not include woman. The woman, who would later become known as the Famous Five, set out to change that. But since women were strongly discouraged from getting together and talking about politics, the Famous Five set up what they called Pink Tea. The name was a great disguise. People assumed that they were just having dainty tea parties, but in reality they were planning their strategy to move forward gender equality in Canada. All the planning and work that occurred during the Pink Teas led to the Famous Five first petition to the Supreme Court of Canada. But their petition ended up being rejected. Even though that their petition was rejected, they weren't planning on giving up. Instead, they decided to approach the highest possible court authority at the time, the Privy Council of England, and on October 18, 1929, an amazing thing happened. The Famous Five's petition led to the ruling that women were included as persons under the law. The Famous Five changed the course of history in Canada and the Commonwealth and paved the way for women to be considered equal in all aspects of life. Generations later, their actions continue to inspire women all around the world.